Every time I do these streams, I clean my kitchen just a little bit. But sometimes it gets dirty to where that cleaning doesn't actually get synced. Tragedy. Oh, the tragedy. Wait. Is this unlisted? YouTube's weird like that. You go live and YouTube's like, are you sure you want to unlist this stream? Or are you sure you want the stream to be live? Yeah, yes. Every time they have me baffled and confused. What's this button? Oh, you can start polls. Nice. What is this? Pin to live stream. Oh, I can sell you guys stuff. Yay. TikTok is all about that. Be sure to go live and promote some products, guys. Wait a minute. Imagine. No. Yes. Okay, now I'm not sure if I can change any other settings on this stream. I think it's already a done deal. The goal for today, we're making burgers and eggs and taters and vegetables. I've got onions in the oven. They're getting burnt. They're getting burnt. Tell you what, I didn't want to make them in the pans because that takes forever. And I use olive oil, which doesn't really go well in stainless steel pans. Gets burnt that way. What up, ZCM? Time for the pancake incident. I don't have pancakes yet. They're not here yet. If they were, I would be cooking up with the pancakes. That sounds terrible. Never say that again. It's not here. I ordered the stuff, but it hasn't arrived. So instead, I'm doing my usual. I make 4 quarter-pound patties, ground beef, and I'm trying to do onions in the whole mixture. For the burgers, I did buy this. I think I showed you guys how to do it once. Also, this is too big to fit on the rack right now, so it's not there for reasons. But this contraption works. We have the tortilla press. See this? Tortilla press, boom. And I've got 8-inch circular parchment paper. So I have a method to make these patties and to do it precisely-ish. I do think if you make them too thin, it's not smart though. So I gotta figure out the proper thickness and thinness of the patties. Oh my God, these are burning. Look at this. I cut some of these way too thin. They're getting burnt. Oh well. First time doing this. I've never baked onions in the oven. It's the first for me. It's very strange too. I was gonna use the air fryer and I decided against it. Probably should have gone with the air fryer. Oh well. What up, Jane? Okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and start this. Get the pan hot. The onion should be cooked-ish. Because the idea is I'm gonna put the onions on the parchment paper, put the ground beef patties over the onions, smash it down into a patty with the tortilla press. And I like the onions to be cooked a little bit because I don't have faith they'll cook all the way if I use raw onions in the ground beef, you know. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm not doing thick patties. I'm going for more of a smash patty, but I probably won't do like super thin. And I'm trying to think about how I want to do this because I have to make vegetables, eggs, ground beef patties. What is the order of operations here? Probably start the vegetables now. Mayhaps. I didn't clean my crock pot. Just ignore that. It doesn't exist. Yo, sadness. There's no way you're above the age of 15, bro. That's so sad. Don't read that? Yeah, I know. Oh man, that's so sad. See, if you're smart, you don't type the read out loud. You just type it. Are these folks mad about how that was too? What's going on? Usually we don't have freaks like this. Hide user from channel. Hide user from channel. You know what's weird? The cooking streams attract the weirdest people. Compared to regular streams where I don't really get this too often. I was saying yesterday how like the YouTube streams are pretty chill. I think it's because YouTube Shorts. That's why. Yeah, I'm playing Stalker 2, methinks. At least I plan to. Okay, I burnt the absolute heck out of some onions in there. I'll show you in a second. So I'm gonna do the ground beef thing first, methinks. I'll show you guys how this goes down. People on Shorts live streams are weird. Yeah. It's unfortunate I have to do this way for now. But shortly, within like the next month or two, we should have it sorted out and get like a whole PC set up. I'll move this here. Move these eggs. In a perfect world, I have like a whole setup in here. Cameras and everything. Oh, this is actually pretty clean. This is cleanish view. Okay. I'm grabbing this circular parchment paper. You do one on that side and you keep this one over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get, what is this? So this is like, it's semi-wasteful, but not that wasteful. Making cube burgers. I mean, I could make them into circular things, but they're getting smashed anyway. It'll work out. You'll see. Now first, I gotta take these onions out, and I don't really have a hot mat for them. That won't work. I guess I can use an oven mitt. Hot mat. Put that down. Grab this. Okay. So the thin onions got destroyed. These, way too thin. These, okay. Those also way too thin. So maybe I go for the pan method next time. I'm gonna try some of these burnt onions real quick. That tastes terrible. Oh God. Yeah, burnt onions, there's no redemption there. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Ew. It's fine. That's so gross, that's not fine at all. Why am I still chewing this thing? Okay. Now, luckily, only some onions got destroyed. Because this is a thin onion. That's fine. Like, that's not burnt. There's like some black bits on it. I'll go ahead and get those out, I guess. So here, snag this, put it in the middle, and I press it down towards the back of the tortilla press. So that way it doesn't creep up towards the front as fast. So we made a little sandwich. I don't want to go too thin. I think right there is fine. And then what the smart move is to peel this thing off. So you slide the underneath like this, and you peel this back, and then boom, you have your next bottom layer. And you put this wherever you want. I'll put it on the counter over here, I guess. I'll put it on the counter where you guys can't see it, so you don't take my meat. And I smash down the onion on that as well. So repeat that same process, get an onion, and smash it down. I don't know why I'm doing onions like this. And I think baking them was kind of a dumb move. Oh well. Not burnt though. This is not burnt onion. It's just probably dried out to the high heavens. It's a learning process. Put that there in the middle. Smash it towards the back of the tortilla press like seen before. And smash it down. Well, the goal isn't to have an onion burger. Like I don't want a burger to taste like onions. I want a burger to have the hint of onions in it. That's what I'm going for. If I wanted onions over the burger, I would just make more onions. And I'd smash it down first and then put onions all around it. I don't want that though. That doesn't sound very good. Because even with regular burgers, I don't particularly love to have too much onion on it. There's a point where it just doesn't really add, and instead it takes away from the flavor. Should low-key try these onions before I keep making these burgers. What if they taste bad because they're in the oven? They don't taste great. They're not cooked. They're not fully cooked yet, but they'll cook more when the burger cooks too. So, I don't hate that. No, they're not bad. Caramelized onions on the stove taste way better. And that's what I'm gonna do next time. I was just trying the oven to see if I could get fancy with it. I can't get fancy with it. I'm not well equipped in that manner. That's a good emote, Courier. One of my favorites. This one's a bit thicker than I might like. Okay, we're good. And for these burgers, I have in the fridge drying out to help with the sear. I messed up the method. Nor. And there's one thing I think about, which is I probably should have gotten a bigger tortilla press to do this because I keep getting the burger juices all over it. If I had a bigger tortilla press and I could maybe get 12 or 10-inch parchment paper, I would have way less room for error. I would never have to clean the tortilla press, is what I'm trying to say. This is an 8-inch tortilla press. Gets the job done. But I feel like I could have done better. Oh well, you live and you learn. See, that one almost has some, that one has a bit of caramelization. It's not burnt, it's just flavor. I need a medic bag. Yeah, welcome to the dojo, bro. Send us some too? I don't know, man. These are for my macros, bro. I calculated them. Maybe next time, bro. Have to find a nice ice pack for the mail. Shipping this in the mail would honestly, it would cost $4 minimum. Okay, I'm looking very special right now. What's happening here? It's a little thick at the end. And that's when you rotate it. So tortilla presses, they put pressure down from an angle, which means that your patty will not be the same evenness throughout. I wonder what I can get to maybe fix that issue. Because now this patty looks dumb. Man, oh well. All right. See what I mean? Maybe. This side is thin, this side is a bit thicker. OhDough cooks something sweet but spicy. More of a savory or a sweet kind of guy, personally. I will be making some sweet pancakes here eventually. I'm trying to get some pancake mix. It's not here yet. Also, does the audio sound good? I've been trying to tweak these settings on this DJI mic for a while now. All right, my pan is still getting to temperature. If you ever buy a stainless steel pan, it is amazing, but you do want to have a nice stove. The worse your stove is, the worse the pans will feel. Because a big part of stainless steel cooking is letting your pan get up to the right temperature. How the heck do I clean this thing? I don't know. I don't know. It's okay. Well, that doesn't sound good. I'm trying to go for good. Because paper towels on cast iron kind of suck. They do this. When you try and clean cast iron with paper towels, it leaves behind little bits, which is annoying to me. Oh, you're supposed to use a towel. Like an actual towel. Is this food prep, or are you really going to eat full right now? I could eat full right now. I don't want to. This is more of a food prep thing. I have a 1/4 pound patty as like a snack in a sense, because I usually have 1/2 pound of ground beef with my goulash, because I make 2 pounds in one sitting, or 2 pounds in one go, and I have 1/2 pound every night. And I was like, man, I'm still hungry, so I do 1/2 pound with a 1/4 pound patty, just to add a bit more to it. All right, I'm doing paper towel. I probably shouldn't. Oh well. Maybe if I wet it, it'll be better. This is why I wanted to have a bigger tortilla press. Oh well. All right, how are folks feeling about the Game Awards? Did everything you want to win? Is everything that you want to win get a nomination or nah? Because I feel like it was really strange, the choices that we saw. There's no DLC category. There's a DLC for the main option for Game of the Year. Interesting. There's a best audio section, and they put Call of Duty. There's an accessibility section, and they put Call of Duty, the game that makes you pay for better audio. I feel like this year the Game Awards has never been more paid for in the history of the show. That like I don't think it's a joke either. I'm not sure that they joke around with that kind of stuff. I'm gonna go rinse off this plate. I don't know, man. The longer that time goes on, the more these shows reveal themselves as nothing more than just an illusion. It's like the definition of giving you options but no real choice. And I don't understand how certain games didn't make it. Like there's categories that No Man's Sky wasn't in, that it should have been. Nine Souls wasn't anywhere, which is perplexing because that game's amazing. It's an indie game as well. And there are indie game categories that it just wasn't in. So it makes you wonder, like, what kind of games are these folks playing? And how come that the top games that didn't even do well appear so often? Yeah, I normally don't ever watch the Game Awards, but I'm a content creator, so it's like I could maybe farm some views doing it. May as well try. Okay. While this is all going, is this pan still hot? I have a plan. I need to figure my life out. Can you see it? Oh, it's a crock pot. The crock pot's dirty. I didn't clean it yet. There's nowhere to put this. All right. So here's the plan. I'm probably gonna throw away these onions that I burnt. Sorry. Actually, I might cook some of the onions on the stove with the burgers on the side. I'll do that. But I have some potatoes in the fridge. They're doing their thing. They've been soaking in water. I added salt. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that, but I did it. It's to help get rid of some of the starch or something. I don't know what the strategy is, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump this. And then I gotta dry off these potatoes and put them in the air fryer. Okay. This pan's still hot? No. In your room? Kind of. Don't fall. Thank you. No backsplash behind the stove. Oh, this house is tragique in terms of accessibility for cooking. That's all I know. That's parchment paper I ripped for the onions. It's not just random trash, I promise. See, look, I'm doing this. These potatoes are destroying everything. My hopes and dreams. You can kind of see it. Just have a towel down, toss the taters on there, and dry them off. We're cooking burgers in a second, potatoes, and I also have vegetables I gotta start because I'm gonna have eggs, potatoes, and vegetables like I usually do. But I'm meal prepping burgers. I'll have one probably right now though. Okay. Go ahead and wipe this bowl down with the same towel, honestly. Because you don't want to have water in here when you add your oil. Boom. We add in a little bit of oil of the olive variety. Maybe like 50 calories worth, so no big deal. You could do spray. It's actually much better to use spray. Oh well. And then we dump the taters in. I think I touched oil with this thing. Burgers and potatoes classic. Oh yeah. These days I don't really have any carb sources with my ground beef unless I go out to eat. I used to have my carbs in the morning. And I have some carbs at night in the form of fruit. Oi. The classic parchment paper homemade as a liner. Because I'm lazy. Those go in at 400 degrees for 18 minutes, and I'll probably have to toss them around at the, I'd say 14-minute mark. I want to disperse them a little bit to get some more even heat. Okay. Now back to the burgers. Move this pan. Over there. All right, this pan should be ready now. It takes forever with the stove, my apologies. You can see the ground beef. Oh, you can't. All the patties are right here. Smashed them myself. First, we must check the pan with the Leidenfrost effect, the glide test. I think we're cooking with Crisco. I think it might be too hot. That's fine. Technically it works. Maybe turn it down a smidge. When the water glides like that, you're chilling. I should probably clean this pan, but the discoloration is just, it's like the oils interacting with the metal. And you can clean it out if you want, but it doesn't really change a whole lot from what I understand. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and season these burgers on the side going down with some salt. Because I don't mind sodium. I'm active. I like sodium, it's good for me. And then here I have this. Yeah. For added measure, press it down with this thing. Remove. Put it somewhere that you can get it later. And resalt. When you salt from up high, it disperses it better. Haven't eaten anything today. It is 1 p.m. currently at a doc appointment for Graham. Definitely getting something to eat after she's done mouth-watering from just cooking. I read that like an absolute dent. My bad. These days, man, I watch a lot of cooking content because I can't really be eaten as much as I want to be eaten. And I feel like it actually helps a smidge. Where's my spatula? Where's my super suit? No, for real, where's my spatula? What? How? Oh, no shot. Why'd I wash it? I'm using this for the whole thing. I'm burning my burger. Sometimes I do that. I'll rinse a dish that doesn't need to be rinsed before it's even used properly. Now you're supposed to use oil. Usually I get away with not using that. Ah! Right now I probably should have. No. 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 It actually looks pretty good. I just messed up. On the flip. Okay, the first burger had a little catastrophe. What a tragedy. That's freaking good coloration though. I tell you what. Like that's what you're looking for, son. The burger falling apart, not what you're looking for. How does this help? It just does. I usually watch food while I'm eating food, and I think that's why it helps. But I'll see food stuff while I haven't even eaten my first meal, and I'm cooking my food, and it helps me to like learn how to make different food, to visualize how I would do it, even though I make the same food every day anyway, so it doesn't actually change a whole lot. Oh well. This should be done. Very thin. Slight problemo here. We're running out of space on these counters, which is a total user error. Okay, that burger I'm gonna eat soon probably. And this is, I think, an onion. I like it a little too froggy. We go again. I do wonder if I should season the pan real quick and add some butter. But the thing with the butter, it's way too hot, so it'll burn it a little bit. I'm not gonna use any butter right now. I'm gonna full send with no butter. Again. That's the onion right there. I think the genius play would be to make these patties and then put the onion in the middle and then combine the patties so the onion cooks inside of the beef. That might be the smart move here. I'm using no oil now. I usually do, but I've been doing it without recently, and it works out decent. Works out good enough. Wait. Oh, it's gonna stick. There's no way it doesn't stick. But you want it to stick though. It sticking is it bonding. It sort of does that whole, and it's called a Maillard reaction, and it gives it that good lacing. But I want it to stick. Oh, I messed up though. I gotta scrape better. Right here, I didn't scrape well enough, so it lost it on the pan. But you see the coloration here? That's flavor, dog. That's good stuff. Okay, one thing I should definitely be doing right now is starting the vegetables. Adding a little bit of water, and then my frozen veggies go in. Apparently people think that frozen vegetables and fruit aren't good for you because they're frozen. I don't know why that is. Like frozen vegetables or frozen fruit and veggies, they may not taste as good as fresh, although I don't mind them, but they're equally as good, if not better, because they don't go rotten as fast. Wait. I kind of scrape off some of the bits that got lost in translation. Okay. For the flip. I can't flip these, man. They're stuck to the pan. But yo, Aqua, thanks to you, brother. Yeah, these don't flip, man. These get stuck to the pan. On purpose, though. It's like the whole goal. They're freaking good, though. My lord. I need to add seasoning to my vegetables. If you don't add like a pepper or a spice to your vegetables that are frozen and you steam them, they don't taste that good. But if you add some crushed red pepper, they're delicious. And I'm not even like a big fan of spice either. And I ran out of crushed red pepper, so now I'm using chili powder, which is okay, but not as flavorful for some reason. And I add some ground black pepper, and that's it. I don't even need salt for my vegetables. They'll just taste good. It's kind of strange. Is it burning? Maybe. These vegetables are important now. I want to get them started. Okay. No more stalling. Yeah, this sticks. Like right here, bro. That's not going anywhere. There's no flipping happening. You see that, son? That's called flavor. It's working out. No oil either. And no oil means that I have less calories. So hungry. Yeah, these streams are probably coming at a weird time. Because I usually eat around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. my time, which is Texas time. Central Coast, Best Coast. You know what I mean? I gotta do a grocery haul. I'm running low. It's past midnight over here. Pain. Pain and sorrow. I'm going to go ahead and pause my potatoes because they are currently at the 14-minute mark. I gotta flip them so they don't burn. And this is done. Now, I don't know how to make it so the bottom side turns out as good as the top side. I'm not sure what the secret sauce is to that. They're still good enough that it's not like a big deal, but I'm curious how one goes about doing that. Because one side gets to be perfection, the other side, not so much. Don't get that same Maillard reaction. I'm trying to eat this thing and not have you guys hear me swallow stuff. It's weird. You can't really, but that's fine. Fair enough. All right. These, after 14 minutes at 400 degrees, some aren't crispy. Try to rotate the non-crispy ones on the outside. Because we're profiling these taters. They gotta pass the crispiness check. How long has it been on here for? A while? It's probably burnt. Nah, it'll be fine. These all turned out really good, except for the first one. The first one was a catastrophe. Still delicious. This onion also didn't stick. Oh well. Like, that's it. It's a good looking burger. My mind is clear, I have no fear. Amen. Stainless steel W. If you haven't cooked with stainless steel, you don't even know how food feels. You should try it. Highly, 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 highly recommend. For my whole life, I cooked on Teflon. I've even cooked on Hexclad. Didn't like Hexclad at all. Didn't like Teflon at all. I cooked on cast iron. Wasn't for me. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't for me. Because cleaning cast iron is not my cup of tea. And this year, I got stainless steel. And ever since I learned how to cook with it properly, get the light and frost effect, and then you put down your oil or butter or whatever, game changer. Food tastes better. It's easier to clean. The only downside is my stove kind of sucks, so it takes a bit longer to get up to temperature to cook properly. Aside from that though, it's an amazing experience. Highly recommend it. And this is like, it's sticking because I want it to stick. I'm not using any oil. And burgers taste better when they stick. If you're going for a smash burger style in the first place. Learned that recently, and I've been using the technologies. But I'll make eggs on this pan and they won't stick. You bet believe that. What about cast iron? It's just not for me. I don't like cleaning it. My brother loves cast iron. He has a cast iron for everything. My mom and dad have Hexclad because they bougie like that. Although they also have stainless steel, and I've been showing my mom how to use it because they've owned stainless steel and they've never really cooked with it. So I'm showing them how to do that. Yeah, these are gonna burn, they're too thin. Pop! All right. Now I gotta let the eggs get up to temperature. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and swap these pans out. Here's the strategy. Turn this off, switch this over to here. This is gonna get cleaned in like no time flat. Those bits. It tastes good. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Jimmy, pan's pretty hot, brother. Watch out, man. May burn down Jimmy's mom's house. Now, I don't mind using a metal spatula in a stainless steel pan if it's this pan. I'm scared to use a metal spatula in this pan. I don't know why. It's like an irrational fear because I'm pretty sure that everyone and their mother does this. Like maybe they don't scrape the edge with a stainless steel, a metal spatula, but all the actual cooks use metal on metal. You can't use metal in a Teflon pan unless you like forever chemicals, in which case you do you. Okay, clean enough. Stove's already off. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in the sink. It's not, like it may look greasy, but it's mostly water. If I had a lot of grease in the pan, what I would do is I would get some tin foil. I'd make a little indentation in the tin foil, like a cup for instance, and I'd pour the grease in the tin foil and let it cool off and harden and then throw it in the trash can. Because you don't want to dump down too much grease in your sink. It's not good for it. It'll stick to your pipes and then you gotta call a plumber and it's a whole ordeal. But for this kind of stuff, I'm using no oil. I'm using 93.7 ground beef. It's not much grease at all. Okay, so this is gonna be as clean as I can get the pan right now without using like an actual cleaner or maybe a lemon or a lime or something. But all the food's off it. It's just that all the burnt oil that I've caked on there is here still. See? I don't think there's any food bits, which is good. I'm moving my mittens back in here. Okay, this pan, not hot yet. Hello. She's done, gonna get food. Talk to you later. Later, bro. All right. Oh, yeah, the brown stuff on that ground beef is perfection. Like, peep this, dude. Like, every single one, you can kind of see it, but not really. Let me see. Like, that's good. I'm proud of myself. That's good stuff. And it's still so hot. This is the one I kind of messed up. See, like the bottom of it doesn't get the same flavor. The top does. I about died. That went down the wrong pipe almost. That'd been so sad. Dying in a food stream on YouTube. Tragic. Side note, LARP and Health Average 2? No. LARPing is a federal offense in my mind. How much is ground beef in Texas? These, for 93.7 grass-fed, grass-finished, it's expensive. It's like 12 bucks for 2 pounds, I think. Pretty sure. I could eat all this, but I shouldn't. I need to lose, I want to lose weight. I don't need to, I want to. Self-control. I'm from Austria, and I'm wondering, herd beef is cheaper in America. So I usually buy in bulk-ish, but I'm fairly certain it's roughly $7 per pound if you get like the expensive stuff. You can get ground beef for maybe $4 to $5 a pound if you get cheaper things, store brand, not grass-fed. But I like the way that grass-fed tastes. Some folks say it tastes like dirt. I like dirt. It's pretty good. All right. This is done now? It's not. We'll do 6 minutes. Watch these at 1 a.m. while hungry may not have been the best idea. You gotta fight the urges, bro. I watch food content all hours of the day. Mostly around this time, actually. There's this one guy on TikTok, his name is Kevin, he's a sorority chef. Anytime his videos pop up, I watch the whole thing. I don't know why, I just do. He's like the Bob Ross of cooking. Plus eventually, if I keep watching his videos, maybe I'll just vicariously learn how to cook better. It's kind of how things have been going in the first place. Like I'll watch things on TikTok and I'll just pick up on like a new thing. Like a random tip to improve something. That's the reason why that's the reason why I know how to cook on stainless steel is because of TikTok. Okay, those are burnt. I'm turning that all the way down. I usually don't cook on this burner, so I forget how to actually set it to be the right temperature. We are good. All right. So this is ready. My smile completely fades away. What's in here? 1 egg? What? $12.09, $12.20. I gotta combine these eggs right quick. I do 6 eggs with my brekkie. Grab a bowl for that. Put that right there. Ooh. Okay. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out a much better solution to my current issues. Ground beef can go here for now, I guess. Oh my goodness. We're good. Now, what kind of games are the move right now? I keep saying the same word in like a slightly different context, I guess, in the same sentence. It's really strange. But Stalker 2 is tomorrow. Supervive Battle Royale is also tomorrow. It's like a little, I think, open beta thing going on. So I believe I'm playing that first, and then Stalker 2 is the goal. But outside of that, I don't know, man. It's like the standard stuff for December is Marvel Rivals on the 6th. You can pay for it, like, so I think everyone can play it at that point. Oh wait, no, this weekend is going to be an Overwatch character reveal. The new tank, you can play it for free in like a test realm thing. I'll probably do that. I've been debating on playing Apex recently. I keep seeing folks posting Sentinel clips, and Sentinel is my favorite weapon in that game. And I used to post Sentinel clips, so it has me feeling left out. And the game seems a lot better now. Interesting stuff. Waiting for that new Dying Light game. Isn't it like it's like Dying Light, but it's not Dying Light 3. It's Dying Light insert name. I wish I was more into the nostalgic games, but I'm not. So anytime like a old game gets a new sequel, I don't have the same joy or the same anticipation like most people do. Because I usually play like the same games. Or I pick one game to play for a very long time. Growing up, I played Call of Duty for probably 10,000 hours if I had to put a wager on it. Maybe more. 10K might be a little much, actually. I don't know. I played COD for a lot of my time. All right. Gotta unsheath the challenge butter. Well, this thing always rips weird. There's no butter on the lid or on the paper. That's kind of nuts. That never happens. Different utensil for the butter. Like 40 calories worth. Over here. Oh, and Doom Dark Ages. What's that about? I think Apex is a big support Legend meta right now, seeing Lifeline Newcastle teams everywhere. It's because they buffed Newcastle and they reworked Lifeline. And Newcastle's buffs make no dang sense. Like, his stuff is crazy. Genuinely. You can't break his shields. That's like the big thing I've seen. And I think that when you revive someone, they get extra healing. Okay, you're supposed to get more heat, so it falls off. Now, I should turn the heat down faster than that. I didn't. Oh well. My smile completely fades away. I don't really need to get more utensils. All right, I'm gonna try a method that someone was talking about here, but I don't really have too much butter down to maybe do it correctly. But this dude mentioned to shake and swirl your eggs instead of stirring them to make scrambled eggs. Or maybe it was for omelets, I don't know, I forget. We're gonna try it. Professional tip, use a silicone spatula to scrape any bowls, any cups, any pots that have excess of what you want to be cooking with. That way you get more of it. Okay, my pan's not big enough to do what Hugh did. And it's also way too hot. But it's non-stick enough, so I'm not really tripping. Oh, so I ordered a bunch of shenanigan stuff for possibly Helldivers content. I have the Glazed Diver attire. It's currently en route to Mikasa. I don't know if it's gonna fit though. That's the thing, because on the stock photos of showing how people wear the outfit, they're showing some rather petite people. I am not that petite. I have a wide structure. Wait a minute. Okay, this should be good enough. Starting now. The ground beef is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a container and put it away. If I can find a lid for it though. Found it. I think. Ooh, I should not have been cooking the potatoes with a plastic lid on top. Oh well. We'll do this. So that's good. Keep the onions for now, just cause. Already had a quarter pound of this. Put that up there. I'm burning the eggs. I'm trolling. Myself. Okay, that's as much as sticks to the pan. If I use more oil, we're better off. Boom. Oi. Now I gotta clean this thing. There's a good chance I burnt the vegetables. I had that burner on way too high for a very long time. But I'm hoping for the best, because if I didn't burn them, that'd be better for me. Ow. All right, moment of truth. Grab that, put this up, collect my shelf. That's not closed. Find the claw. Found it. See, I think this is all easier with the freaking GoPro attachment on my forehead. That way, whatever I look at, y'all can see. I think I like that for this kind of stuff. In fact, yeah. It's not burnt. Let's go. This will work. Yeah, for some reason, using crushed red pepper, it aerates whenever it's not boiling. What's the word for this? Anyway, the crushed red pepper gets all over the vegetables, even when you put it in just the water alone. But with chili powder, that doesn't happen. I'm not sure why. Chili powder, it just coats the bottom of the vegetables and doesn't go much elsewhere. Okay. Had to find my towel right quick. You know what's crazy? My camera angles suck. I gotta use my GoPro more. But with the GoPro, I can't use this audio. Oh, I can't stream from the GoPro. That's why I don't do it. That's why. If I could stream from the GoPro, I'd do that instantaneously because it's more funny and fun and easier. Having to move a tripod all over the place is crazy. Isn't it like 4 p.m. for you? It is. It's like 4 p.m. for me, yeah. Maybe. Why? It's my first meal of the day. First real meal of the day. Because I have rice cakes for breakfast, I guess. Today I didn't work out though. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. Not a big deal. But I don't really have like an eating schedule per se. It's more like whenever I wake up. Wake up, Rice Krispies or rice cakes, lift, get home. I usually have this meal. Vegetables, eggs, potatoes. Well, I kind of burnt these a little bit. Nope. They almost got burnt. We good. Ow. So I think that soaking those potatoes in water with salt may not have been the play, because now they taste pretty salty. Let me see. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. To the table. After I cover the salt. And grab my salsa. I bought this new salsa and it's not that life-changing. Not sure I expected. I expected more. And the regular salsa I get was opened kind of, which kind of wasn't very awesome for me. That means there's a health risk. I'm not trying to risk my health. Boom. All right, another successful day in the kitchen. How many things did I burn? Onions. I burnt some onions, not all of them though. Are these burnt? No, they're kind of mushy though. What's that about? What's the point in soaking potatoes in water for like 30 minutes if they're just gonna be mushy? It's weird. Some folks have way too much time. YouTube, please. See, I do this stream because I have no idea to play game-wise. Wait. We're good. It's like, if I don't have anything to play game-wise, cooking stream. I'll make the same meal, may as well. And I get more value from the same meal than I do from playing the same game. Although, I have a plan for a OhDough 2 tier list that could be kind of fun and funny. Depending on the person you ask, obviously. And I'm debating on making a video talking about why OhDough isn't getting nominated for Game of the Year. Because it's clear to me why it's not. And I feel like a lot of people don't actually understand why. Like some folks will say, Sony's the reason why OhDough 2 isn't getting nominated. No, that's not why. It's got a bunch of different factors. The basic one is, I guess, a lack of understanding of fun. But it's more complex than that, I think. Just a little bit. And the players want to act as if they're not at fault a little bit when they are. Like, you have plenty of folks that defend certain actions that happen in gaming. We'll just say gaming in general. You have folks that will say, this is amazing, we love this. And then that same thing they find amazing isn't very fun. And they kind of say that folks should be okay with it. Like, be okay with this thing that I find amazing, even though it's actually not very fun. Time passes, and that same person that's defending everything in the game has to offer is bored. Why are you bored? Is it because the content being added isn't actually that good? Man, if only we could have a conversation about that and improve things. And then you have more fun. There's a guy named Easy, a YouTuber. They posted about the Constitution, and they said the Constitution, like they had like the meme where it's like the guy standing up and everyone else sits down. They're like they're saying something controversial. Essentially, it's like what the meme's trying to say. And he says, the Constitution does everything it's supposed to with that meme. 9 days later, the guy says, I'm taking a break from OhDough 2. And then recently posted, I'm quitting OhDough 2. It's like, what the? You're part of the problem, dog. You can't even see it. Like, your own actions are why you don't have fun in the game. Like, the things that you're doing, the things you promote content-wise. It cracks me up. And that's, I didn't even know who the person was. Like, someone like posted their video in the Discord. I had no idea who they were until recently. And I don't watch their content. I looked at their thumbnails. All you have to do to see a clown is look at their thumbnails, for the most part. And it was pretty easy to see what this guy is all about. Just promoting things for no reason. Like, just supporting things that you don't need to support. Have you seen the Mind Goblin? No, I've not. What does the Mind Goblin do? Did you know D's? Does a Mind Goblin imagine dragons? I've used that image before, yeah. The one I'm talking about? The image I used was the image in a recent poll. There's no way that guy made that image as a response to me, right? No shot. I didn't check the dates. But I made a community post, and in the community post I said, Helldivers 2 is going down the route of needing another 60-day plan. And folks are saying I'm rage baiting. Turns out I was kind of right, because now we have the DSS, failure. Constitution, failure. New War Bond, failure for the most part. I don't know. On a more positive note, Darktide gets an update on December 6th with a new mode. Or a new difficulty. Looking forward to that, because Darktide's a fun game. I have 40 hours in the game, and I only really played Ogryn. I had fun playing Ogryn, and I'm excited for a new challenge. Hopefully it feels challenging. It doesn't feel arbitrary, though. Think he's a clown? No, that's not what the point was. The point was, like, he posted a meme saying that he's saying something that no one else is saying whenever he said the same thing that everyone else is saying. Like, you post that meme where the guy stands up in the crowd of everyone sitting and you say the Constitution's a good gun, or the Constitution's a fun gun. That's what everyone's saying. So, nope. I'm not saying I'm a clown for that. I'm saying that what I said, the point I made in a different post was the 60-day plan will need to happen again if folks keep defending the game. That's what I said. Which it seems like these days, I have to be, is it blunt? I have to be so painfully obvious on what I mean in a community post for folks to understand what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't have the crayons needed to draw the picture that folks require. It's getting really annoying, honestly. I'm not sure if it's a result of YouTube Shorts and TikTok destroying people's attention spans. I'd say it probably is. But whatever's going on, I need to get fixed. ASAP the Rocky. What are the odds that Space Marine 2 wins an award? You get called a Hellwiner the moment you criticize the game? Yep. You could say something that makes sense too. Like, let's say you point out a glitch in the game. Let's say you point out that the reticle for the HMG is misaligned, which it was. Nah, brother, you're just complaining, bro. It's called height over bore. It's height over bore, dude. No, the game's just broken. You wish you could turn off YouTube Shorts. It's too good at getting you to click. Gotta build that self-control, man. Which I do too in certain aspects. There's certain things that I should be avoiding and I don't. It's honestly kind of sad. But YouTube Shorts is not one of those things. I think I maybe click a YouTube Short once in a blue moon. Yeah, the hoverboard thing was crazy. But the thing is, how do I explain to people how insane they are that happens daily? For example, the solder. What's that? Like soldering? Isn't it like a welding thing? But yeah, in Helldivers 2, defending things that don't need defense and you can't defend properly happens daily. There were folks saying that the sights weren't misaligned in any weapons, and later the same week they were mentioned and fixed in the patches. It actually lasted for a while for some guns. But I posted a video about that, and in the comments, probably half the people were saying that it's not like glitched. It's not like they're supposed to be broken, I guess. Oh, the solder. Oh, I gotcha. So that's a weird word to spell for me. Saying it makes sense. Reading it's weird. Yeah, I think I might stop doing so much soda. We'll see. Love the people responding to DSS disaster with they just hired random people for the orbital cannons. They have no experience. No wonder they hit you. They're gonna find an excuse for everything. That's why the game will probably remain in the state it's in. It's to the point we need to have two different polls and feedback forums. A feedback forum for people that actually think, and then a feedback forum for folks that love the game unconditionally. Because the folks that love the game unconditionally, they have no feedback to give. Because they don't ever critique the game. They just say the game's great, and they call it a day. Strange. The moment they fixed the scope bugs, the AMR felt so much better to play. True. And that took forever to fix as well. I'm not sure why. They make some lowering gameplay in a game where the planet you're defending can explode and come back the next week. Yep. There's no sense to be made. That's why I think the moment that happens, the moment that we realize that lore doesn't actually matter that much, focus on fun. Last I checked, oh, there actually was. I was gonna say that there's no lore category at the Game Awards. There is, but it's more lore award for adapting a show to a video game, and I'm pretty sure that Arcane will win it. Ooh, maybe I make a video on all the excuses that folks have had throughout the OhDough's current lifespan. Because we've had a lot of them. The flamethrower. What else? Okay, so when they changed the AI, people said the bugs can they can smell you. They're adapting to you. So that was a thing that happened for a bit and still is happening, I guess. Like folks just keep saying that the AI is adapting. They're learning your patterns. Okay, whatever, dude. I haven't heard any excuses for the accuracy from anyone in the comment section, but there's probably something for that. The flamethrower. Flamethrower should never melt the charger armor before they actually buffed it to where it could again. Reticles. DSS. The DSS is pretty funny. Some folks are trying to, they're doing like the smart thing, which is just hoping that they can tie it into lore to make it make a bit more sense, even though they don't really agree with it. Do folks think the OhDough actually could be Game of the Year nominee, or is it satire? No, it should be, compared to what we have up there, it probably should be nominee. It just wouldn't win. Like OhDough 2 had more impact than whatever the card game is and whatever the other game is, easily. Like that, I think there's no question of. OhDough 2 should be, it's like a better nominee than those two games without question. Would it win? No. Hell no. Helldivers 2 has burnt too many bridges right now. It's burnt too many bridges and it hasn't built enough new ones. That's why I also didn't vote it for best multiplayer. I don't agree with that. What did I vote for that? Maybe I did vote Helldivers for best multiplayer. I gave it something. I forget what it was. Haven't seen what we have up there. I just know Helldivers 2 was unplayable due to crashes for longer than it was functioning. That didn't affect everyone though. So like from my perspective, I didn't really crash that much, so I don't have the same experience. But the nominees were Final Fantasy Rebirth, I believe. It was Final Fantasy Rebirth, Black Myth Wukong, the DLC for Elden Ring, Balatro, the card game roguelike, and then we have Metaphor Fantasio, which is a turn-based anime-looking game. Balatrio is an industry plant, changed my mind. And the Metaphor game, I think that Helldivers 2 clears easily for nominees for those two games. One excuse I love the most is a dude who recorded himself with him killing a charger with the instant breaker after the instant breaker nerf. Yeah, it's like as if anyone was talking about that to begin with. Like that person's so clueless. The excuses are a major reason why Helldivers 2 isn't as fun anymore. Because we can't have actual conversations. All we have is excuses. And they're always made up. The player base is the first to make up excuses. It's crazy. Yeah, Black Ops 6, they weren't nominated for Game of the Year. Right? No shot. They were there for best multiplayer, best audio, and best accessibility features. Crazy. The options were like Space Marine 2 and Black Ops 6, and the others I don't remember for multiplayer. Yeah, they weren't great options. Truth be told, I do enjoy multiplayer in Helldivers 2 a lot. So, I'm not mad if it got that vote. I think that for community, I didn't give to Helldivers 2. It missed that vote, for sure. Crazy how games sell better audio and get nominated for better audio. That's what I'm saying. That pissed me off. I said that explicitly. The second I read the category, and I saw Black Ops 6, it was for Black Ops 6 is nominated for better audio. They sell you better audio. You can pay for a subscription to have better audio in a competitive multiplayer FPS game. That is crazy. And then they have another category called accessibility. The game that added accessibility features to their experience. You can pay for it. You can pay for better audio. Like that you should not get nominated for that ever. Because the price of better audio should not be pushed on the consumers as an additional fee. It's something that you put into the game and it's just a thing you get. Like Call of Duty, Battle.net, Blizzard, whoever is in charge of Call of Duty, they pay for the better audio and then they just give it to the player and the player pays the fee for the game. Like the fact that folks bought that, whoever bought that's an idiot. I don't care if you're playing the game. I feel like it's hard to justify it. Especially if you're a content creator. If you buy that, you're supporting something terrible and influencing others to do the same thing. Space Marine 2 and COD and action games, like they aren't technically shooters. I think when it said action, it just meant a game that focuses on combat. Which Call of Duty does that. Space Marine 2, I'm gonna say not so much. Space Marine 2's combat is not that crazy. I feel like Black Myth Wukong, I think Black Myth Wukong won that for me. Oh, that's why I voted Black Myth Wukong and not Helldivers 2. Helldivers fumbled their opportunity to win Game of the Year a long ass time ago. I know. Hey man, if you look back at the game, the chances of them winning were 0 because they got lucky in the first place. If it wasn't for game-breaking glitches, Helldivers 2, they would never be up there to begin with. But they got lucky with game-breaking glitches, and they still fumbled the bag, which is kind of wild. I'm glad the Helldivers 2 didn't get Game of the Year nomination. It's beyond deserving it. It should have gotten a nomination. It's a good thing it didn't, though, because it not getting nominated might put a fire under their behinds to figure it out and to do better. Because these days, we need to have as much... Is it negative reinforcement? Or is that bad? We need to have as much reinforcement of doing a good job as possible. And when you do a bad job and you get rewarded for it, that's not good. Because you have no indication that what you're doing is actually a mistake. So not getting Game of the Year nomination for a game that's insanely popular like Helldivers 2, probably a good thing. You see that Disney is thinking of getting EA's CEO as their CEO? Good. Then maybe EA could be a good company again. I think I'm gonna touch any of Blop's battle passes. I might play the new Call of Duty Zombies maps when they get released. Black Myth Wukong should win Game of the Year. If Elden Ring snubs it, I'm gonna be pissed even if the DLC was still a peak, it's a DLC. That's where I'm at. I think that Black Myth Wukong deserves to win more than any other game. It's wild because it seems that Balatrio is only getting so much praise because that game came out recently, no? That's just recency bias. And the same thing with Metaphor, like the game that came out in October. How does that get voted? I don't know. If Balatro wins, it's because it's a meme pick and or the folks that run the show are biased. If Elden Ring wins, that's just rigged. Good DLC, still a DLC. If DLCs are there to improve on the already existing video game, that is not deserving of Game of the Year. If the DLC came out a year later, especially, or years later at this point, it makes no damn sense. Game Awards like the Grammys have been a joke for a while. True. The lack of competition is also causing bad games. I think it's players, man. I think that gamers will put up with nonsense. Gamers will hype up a video game. The game comes out, they still talk about it. They post clips about random interactions that may be kind of cool, but they'll even hype up the ones that maybe aren't that cool. And so they get the game to make a bunch of money. And after a month, nobody is playing the game because it turns out the game actually isn't that good. And I'm not talking about single player games. I mean multiplayer games. Black Myth Wukong, that's not an example of what I'm talking about at all. Black Myth Wukong is a good game. It's just that it has finite replayability, as all those kinds of games do. Sparking Zero is what I'm talking about. Hyped to the high heavens. Space Marine 2 is what I'm talking about. Folks are trying to say that the game's amazing, it's fantastic, before they even played Operations. And then whenever everyone starts playing Operations, they won't say anything about it. They won't say the Operations suck. They'll just stop playing the game. Because why put that negativity out in the world? Why would you want that? So all you have is folks saying the game's amazing, and no one's talking about how the game is only decent for the 8-hour campaign. And then people are also hyping up the PvP, which is crazy to me. Do you think Helldivers 2 community can be saved from the glazed divers? I don't think so. Because the longer the game keeps making mistakes, the more glazed diving reinforcements get sent. And at a certain point, it's very hard to have your voice be heard. I feel like YouTube's trolling me right now. Let's go and check. Yep. YouTube is terrible. The phone stream has to, I gotta stop doing these. It keeps stopping the chat. I have to like refresh the chat room to see y'all's messages. That's crazy. Like the whole purpose of this is to read the messages. It's like this app is made by a small indie company or something. How do you think Darktide's gameplay balances between the different classes impacts team dynamics, and what adjustments would you suggest to improve synergy without making any class feel OP? What is with your chat GPT questions, Sophia? First a voice changer, and now this. Tisk tisk. What adjustments would you suggest? Honestly, I don't really think it matters like what class is OP, because they currently have classes that people think are OP. See, that's a game I can't really give any advice for. I don't really have as much experience playing it. I haven't gotten every class to max level, so I have no idea. I just like Oghren. Oghren fun. Me play Oghren. Doghren is the name. Like Madden no longer having to compete against 2K. Sports games are garbage. That's all I'll say on that. As someone arguing Space Marine, Helldivers 2 should win their categories because there aren't any other games with a gameplay loop same as theirs. That's a terrible argument they made. I'm only rooting for Balatro because it would be funny. No, don't do that. Root for games that are good. You want a freaking Solitaire, but more ADHD. You want Solitaire, but ADHD maxing to win Game of the Year, and not Black Myth Wukong? That's crazy. You should want games that actually have good gameplay to win, not just like meme picks. Funny they allowed DLCs to be nominated this year. Like a week, less than maybe a week or two before the announcements even happened. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that impeccable timing? Sad. When does Darktide drop on PS5 again? Looking to try it out on your videos I watched. I think December 6th. I don't know. I know that in December there's going to be an update for more content for me. December 3rd for console, I guess. I like COD 2019, but that's where the extreme SPMM EOMM came out. It's only gotten worse with each release since. It does feel as if engagement optimized matchmaking happened in Apex, for instance, after Season 1. Season 0, Season 1, and then Season 2, it started to like pick up a little bit. And Season 3 and so on, they went balls to the wall with SBMM, engagement optimized matchmaking, and they even turned rank away from being ranked. You started to get Predators facing golds, diamonds, or golds, silvers, and platinums, and bronzes sometimes. Because Lord forbid they have like a good system. Sophia is real. Play a horror game, please? I don't want to, dude. Horror games are scary. Stopped playing after like a week. Special 2 operations only had like 2 good missions. One. Okay, no, so 2 good missions. One for the boss fight. The other one was for like the horde clear. PvP felt like you were a fucking paper soldier. Not to mention if you have no context of 40K universe, the story. The story wasn't that good to me, but I don't really know the lore of the game. YouTube, I swear to God, I will throw hands. I'm throwing hands. They keep turning off the chat. How am I supposed to read the chat if it won't update? Like, what is this? I might play Dead Space. So one thing I want to do for sure, I want to play Monster Hunter Worlds and get decent at that game before Monster Hunter Wilds drops. And I have to make sure I keep making Helldivers 2 videos for a little bit for sponsorship reasons, to get views, pay the bills. But aside from that, I can definitely weave in some things like Dead Space. I could weave in some Stalker 2 on the 20th, tomorrow. I have plans for that. And this weekend, Overwatch's new character. Their new tank. Forget his name. Odo said he would totally play the Dead Space remake on stream. Also, when he said it, I did say that, yeah. I do plan to. We gotta find time. It's a stalwart machine gun. Pen increased to medium with less damage. Would you give it a try? Yeah, I'll try any change they make in the game that has a decent impact. If you gave stalwart medium pen, it would be more fun to use. Like shooting a stalwart is fun. Not killing things isn't so fun. Also putting quiet background music on the cooking streams, if that's even possible, would help my shorts fried brain pay attention. The best I got's a noise machine. My phone is what I stream with, so I don't have a way to play music. Plus, I'd have to find like copyright free music, and that'd be interesting. What content is going to be made from Helldivers 2? Tier lists. That's the best content that you can really make right now. Tier list and maybe doing guides again. Railgun is overpowered now. I wouldn't say that like for the title though. Folks wouldn't click. How good is the railgun now? Because I think that some folks aren't using the railgun because they don't understand how good it is. We have to lock in on either Fatalis or Elatrion hunts to be ready for wilds. Me too. I'm freaking rusty as shit with my hammer. I need to play Charge Blade and Longsword. Because I think in Wilds, I plan on playing a bunch of weapons. Maybe I should stay in top messages. I don't know. About to host a cooking awards. You're a nominee for Chillest Cook. Thank you. I do try. Would you recommend the Monster Hunter game for someone that has never played a game like that? I think I would, but you have to understand that monster hunting games from Capcom can be a little frustrating to play if you're someone that wants to see instant gratification for playing a game. Because those games require you to learn movesets of monsters a little bit, learn your own attacks and like how they have their timings, and combine all that to start bodying monsters. But it feels amazing once you do get good, once you understand it a bit more. So I think that hunting games provide me some of the most enjoyable gameplay progression, which is a massively important feature to me as a gamer, is improvement. So I recommend trying them. You could try some free hunting games to see if you like it in the first place. Dauntless is free. I don't know of any other free hunting games. Wild Hearts could be on sale. But if you do try hunting games and you want to do the Capcom ones, I would get Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, I'd start there. Oh god, tier lists, they're good. Tier lists are fantastic. Only have fun with Railgun and held average 22. When's that coming out? This house makes noises, which is a sign of the foundation cracking. Not good name, not good news. Will you play Outlast Trials? It's looking like a negatory on that one there, Chief. I'll donate 20 bucks if you live stream playing a horror game. How about this? I'll get a group of folks to donate money if I play a horror game, and then I'll say deal. I gotta see at least 4 donations lined up. Because I'm not joking about horror games. Horror games mess with my mind. I live alone, and when I play scary games, they like actually affect me mentally. It affects my ability to move around the house because I'm afraid I'm gonna die. It's a whole thing. It's weird. So if I'm playing horror games, there better be like a little sweet pot. Yeah, for Wilds beta, I was trying weapons I never used before. It was really fun. I was too. In the beta, man, I had fun playing basically everything I used. I didn't have a good time playing the bowgun or the heavy bowgun, but it wasn't bad. It was kind of neat. Bow was fantastic. Even the freaking insect glaive was pretty cool. Although they changed it so some folks that used it in Monster Hunter World, for instance, maybe they don't dislike it, but they notice how you can't be as aerial as you could before. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited to learn that game. I got really far in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the regular PSP, but I also played it later on with my PSP Vita. For a horror game like, there's no way we're doing this. What's your time zone? I can't pronounce any part of your name. Oh, thanks for 20, brother. What's your time zone? I'll find a day for the stream. What horror game? Had to restart my Monster Hunter World to save on my PS5, unfortunately. My friend Revy is doing a new playthrough on PS5, or in Monster Hunter World. He's doing Great Sword only right now. I really don't understand how YouTube is messing up right now. The chat won't keep up. US Central? Fair enough. I usually stream at around 8 p.m. So I can't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I have plans. We'll do it on the 21st, so 2 days from now. Which game, though? We could play Mortuary Assistant. Let the chat pick the horror game. Chat, do your worst. Oh God, no. These are not rules that we've established. I'm thinking Mortuary Assistant because in the Discord, everyone keeps saying, "Hey, Doe, you should try this game. It's like Monster Hunter Wilds," and they post Mortuary Assistant every time. Phasmophobia is asked the new update. You'll love to see it. When games have ongoing updates and they only make them worse. It's crazy. Beat bangers. You're gonna love it. Will I though? Beat bangers. It sounds like if it's a horror game, it sounds like a Guitar Hero drummer spinoff game. Dare you try and beat Generation Zero? So I have to imagine what this looks like because my phone is my current camera. Play a Roblox horror game. That's more my style. We can make that happen. But Roblox games tend to be pretty underwhelming sometimes. I guess they're fun for a little bit. I think I played Soma. I played through Soma on stream. That's the game where you have like the moral quandaries, right? It's like a story game, and you're not a human anymore. Spoiler alert, my bad. There's some decent Roblox games, but a lot of slop. Mm-hmm. Try Pressure, it's on Roblox. I have to re-download Roblox Studio. Tragic. I'm saying I could play Dead Space. We got Dead Space Remake as an option for a horror game, kind of. Mortuary Assistant for another one. Amnesia Bunker. I feel like I tried. Did I play in that? I don't know. I've already played Alien Isolation. I haven't beaten it, but I played it a little bit. Just want to buy a coin. I get an error. We can't seem to find that profile. Is it for me? PayPal recently changed some things, so maybe I gotta change the link. Yes. It should just be OhDough. Try typing in OhDough there, because PayPal maybe do a whole bunch of new stuff, and it's all weird now. Yeah, Mortuary Assistant. I'm telling you, a lot of folks want me to play that game. I don't want to, but a lot of folks want me to. What about Choo Choo Charles? That doesn't sound as scary. Like the games that seem fun to play and would also kind of, I think that the scariest game that would also be kind of fun to play and keep my brain entertained is Mortuary Assistant. But the game that would be a bit more fun to play, maybe, and maybe a bit less scary, would be Dead Space. Favorite lift or movement in the gym? That's a good question. It depends on the equipment, because in the gym right now, I used to love back day, but at the moment, I don't love my gym's equipment for back day. So I'm leaning more towards bench. Or even, I almost like hamstring curls the most, which is it's a really strange pick. I feel like no one ever picks that. But I'm either going to lean towards hamstring curls, Romanian deadlift, or pull-ups. I'm gonna go Romanian deadlift. That's my favorite. That's my favorite movement. Works your spinal erectors, your hammies, your glutes. Big fan. Outlast. I'm not playing that game. I'm vetoing that game for sure. I'm not playing it. You play any Resident Evil games? No, I have not. And if I have, it's been a long, long time. I remember the movies a little bit, but the games not so much. Yeah, I enjoy leg day. And I think the reason why is I used to not take leg day seriously. And for the past 7 years, I haven't really gone to a gym. So I want to actually build my legs a lot. And it helps to enjoy the movements that build your legs the most. Ship of Fools. What is that? One of the first movies I seen as a kid, it was a horror movie, was Ghost Ship. And I lose track of like what actually happened in the movie. Sometimes I'll see clips on Twitter from that movie. It's a messed up show. What up, Joseph? Depressed nerd? I think you're projecting. Like a Panasonic projector, my guy. Maybe it's the angle. I can make this not crooked if I want to. Fix it. Kinda. Play Rock of Ages. Is that the one the guy's pushing the rock up the hill? Or is that Sisyphus? Because I'm a bit of a rock enthusiast recently, so I might actually want to look into that game. What are we eating? Vegetables. They're frozen broccoli. It's frozen broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and more broccoli. And I cook it in. I steam it with chili powder and black pepper. Find a Woman. Is that a new game? What's the price for that on Steam? It's rolling the rock into people. You hate veggies? You should eat them. They're good for you. Bro. When I eat this, my nose runs like crazy. The same glasses is now red. Who's that? Clark has an acidity imbalance in his body. Yeah, I feel like fiber is a good thing to get, and most Americans don't get enough fiber. And vegetables, they don't give you the most fiber per se, but they give you a decent bit. Not to mention all the micronutrients and whatnot. Why don't you just do Pacific Drive? They apparently just had a content update. I could. I usually don't lean towards driving games. They're not normally my thing. But I might though. I gotta figure something out. I gotta play some more games, get some more variety under the belt. First things first, I have to get my glazed diver attire and make a tier list video. And then after that, I can figure some other stuff out. YouTube chemist with 7 million subs. He's the unhinged dude with video names like turning plastic gloves into grapes. Oh. I know who you're talking about now. I don't think I've ever seen his face that much. If I did see his face, I'd really like focus on it much. Huh. First time I've been told I have similar glasses to somebody. Normally it's you look like this person. Poles eat a lot of onions. The Polish? Same thick black rim glasses. Does he have the straight backs? Yeah, nay? These aren't even thick. What you mean? That's not thick. Oh no, glasses bros gotta stick together so we're not dive. Nows are thicker, I think. I avoid blind. My vision's not the greatest, but I'm not blind yet. Getting there. Slowly but surely. He changed glasses recently, so maybe not. Oh. Maybe he's less blind than me now. Maybe his prescription's better. I think I go back and get a new prescription. I don't want to do that. It's one of the things I avoid doing, even though I probably should do it instantaneously. I just don't want to. This is tape. This is the ASMR portion of the stream. After smile surgery, I've shaken my curse of glasses. What is smile surgery? Okay, I'm still messing with this. I've been debating on getting Lasik, and I probably won't. I don't mind glasses anymore. Like, there was a time where I didn't like them at all, and I avoid wearing my glasses, but these days I don't mind wearing them. It's fine. It's like Lasik. Does it have a longer potential to last? I heard that Lasik is not forever. What if you played Cooking Simulator? Why would I want to play a cooking simulation when I can just cook in real life and actually put that time towards something? Like, I don't mind playing video games. I love games. But there's certain things I don't want to play the video game version of. I think cooking's one of them. If it's a basic thing in a game to get like a bonus of HP and damage for a fun like action game, I'm down with that. But if the whole game is cooking, I think I've got something against that. It's like playing a sports video game. That's not like even tennis. I don't know. I can't think of many fun sports games outside of like Wii Fit. I played Sekiro, yeah. Great game. There's a steel pan with a sword handle on the end. I want it so I can go non-guard, rapscallions, have at ye. Wise choice of money. Tony Hawk games? Nay. My brother liked those growing up. Me, not so much. I also wasn't really good at them either. OhDough played Thank Goodness You're Here. What is that? They're about the same, but main thing is it doesn't require slicing and lifting of the corneas. So the recovery time and dry eyes are minimal compared to LASIK. Isn't dry eye a problem with LASIK? Your eyes can get so dry that you have to have medical eye drops the rest of your life or something of that nature? Glasses make you look better. Tricks me into thinking you're smarter than an Ogren. And deep down, I'm just a Dogren. It's a British indie game. What's it called? Thank Goodness You're Here. Interesting. Soulsborne games are my favorite. I like hunting games the most. I like hunting games and I like shooting games. And I like battle royales of like various genres. Smile's better for folks that are prone to dry eyes. Word. Well, hopefully your recovery goes well. You hate FPS games? I love them. I like them when they're done right, but these days FPS games don't have a soul. They're not about who's better. They're about algorithms. It's all about trying to find the best algorithmic competition. That way you can have fun. I don't like that. Yo, Gene, have a good day. Have a good day, brother. Thanks for chilling. Favorites are co-op shooters. It doesn't have to be co-op though. Have you heard of The Isle? You should vibe as dinosaurs. I think I've seen some gameplay maybe. Is it new or is it already out? Like, is it coming out or is it already out? One of my favorite games with people is puzzle games. Biped is hilarious. We Were Here Forever. That whole series of games is awesome. Really solid puzzle games. Never been better, but judging by the refraction on your glasses, your prescription doesn't seem that severe. It's not bad. Like, I can still see without it. I just can't see far. Bro, there's no way we got 12-year-olds in the comment section, dog. Hey, shout out this 5-minute timeout, you absolute Goomba. Earlier, we had some dude talking about, we had 3 people so far today. One person said, hey, please say this out loud. Like, what the fuck? These aren't real people, man. These are the individuals that have free will. And this is how you choose to spend your time. Like, it's one thing to sit here watching a dude eat his vegetables. But like, there's some value there maybe. There's some entertainment. That stuff, I don't know about that, man. This is why I think that social credit should exist, and when people do stuff like that, they should lose minimum wage. Like, the first time you do it, warning. Second time, they put you on minimum wage earnings, so it affects your livelihood. Third time you do something like that, you go below minimum wage. Because those folks aren't contributing to society, I tell you that right now. At least they didn't say that. I'm not going to read it out loud, but fair. Do you want to try out the horror game called Don't Scream? Maybe. I know what you're talking about. Isn't Don't Scream a game? If you make a noise, you have to restart. There's 2 versions of The Isle. The older version called Legacy came out back in 2015. The newer version called Ivrima came out back in 2020. Oh, so it's ancient. It's gone. Bro's too scared for horror games? Yeah, but you don't understand. Hugh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. They donated $20 when you play a horror game. So now I feel kind of obligated. Yep. Well, right now it's between Mortuary Assistant and I guess Don't Scream. Those are like the 2 actual scary games that I would be picking between. I might do a community poll on YouTube and see what folks pick. I'll probably post that here soon. Time check. Ooh. All right, fellas. Wait. Somebody bought a coin. Kind of want to wash my hands. I just checked. I think that the person asked about the coin earlier actually bought one. So I'm not gonna show their address. Because A, to print that, I gotta use my phone in the first place. We can do both. I don't know about that one, Chief. You say fellas with a hard R? I'm a hard R enthusiast. What do you know about me? Don't clip that. All right. I'm gonna show you guys how I package my mail real quick, because it actually might help you in the future. I didn't know how to send the mail I'm trying to send, because it's not just like a regular envelope. I'm sending like a coin that weighs almost 2 ounces by itself. There's certain rules you gotta follow. Our enthusiast is wild. I'm kidding. But real talk though, folks that give certain words meaning, some goofball energy. Like, I don't say certain words, but I also don't care if I hear certain words. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes it's weird to hear certain words from certain people. That much I do think is real. Context matters though. Grabbing a coin. Boom. Coin acquired. All right. And now I'm gonna do all the packaging except for their address, because, oh, I gotta know they freaking, second, this actually might matter. That does matter. Interesting. They are not from the US of A. So I gotta use a different stamp. So we have the P.O. box right there, it's backwards. Glaze Diver. I want to get really good at saying that. And this one has USA as the bottom text so that they know I'm from the US of A. Good luck at the address. It should work out fine. I've sent, so the coin has made it all the way to Switzerland. So all I'm going to say is that, is it Damjan? I butchered that, I think. If you don't get the coin, let me know. It should take anywhere from 2 weeks to maybe 3, because it takes a while to get there. If it doesn't arrive in 3 weeks, let me know. So far, I haven't had an issue with the coins not arriving, but I don't want to have that issue arise. But, boom. These are global forever stamps. This allows me to mail the coin across the world, essentially. So we have that chilling, and then the next step is to get tape the coin in place, and put your address on. Where's my tape at, actually? I found some. Your OhDough coin and complimentary 1911. If only. If only. Watch, I'll show you this process. You can kind of see. Boom. A little too much tape, realistically. I should probably cut that, actually. But this is so the coin doesn't get ejected from the envelope, just in case. I'll leave it like that. So then, I usually angle it so I can see it a bit better. And you tape it down like that. Now the only thing remaining is the address, which I'll do off stream, obviously. Now one day I'll get stickers and I'll put those in these just to be nicer and fancier, but I don't have those yet, so that's basically it. Boom, bada bing. All right. I have to sooner than later fix a YouTube stream to basically stream from a computer in the kitchen, because YouTube be trolling these days. But I do believe that's it for me, folks. Thank you for watching, as always. Now go outside and slip a rock inside. I don't think I'm not gonna be trying to mail real rocks to people. It wouldn't even work. There's rules for this. It can't be too big. But y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching as always. Laters.